What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another week here of Pick'em Challenge or Pick'em with Brandon. My name is Brandon. This is Rivalries Sports Network. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate it. We're going to start with a couple of games. Didn't get to Thursday night's game, which ended up being a doozy of a game between Joe Flacco and Aaron Rodgers. A 33-30 victory for the Cincinnati Bengals over the Pittsburgh Steelers last night. Heck of a game. If you missed it, you missed out on a classic Thursday night football game there. But we're going to start out in London. We get another international game, another overseas game as the Los Angeles Rams take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, Rams bring their offense overseas, and the assessment hinge on limiting turnovers and sustaining drives. If they can do that, they got a pretty solid chance of winning. Jacksonville has, been a team that we see year in, year out across the seas or international play. So they might have a little bit of edge, and they're playing better than expected, I think. Better than a lot of people would have thought they would have been playing at this time of the year, or just in general. So this is a tough one, though. I think Jacksonville played decent against Seattle. Seattle's defense is tough. So are the Rams. I like the Rams getting a win, though. I do. I like the Rams getting like a 2017 win over the Jacksonville Jaguars in this one. Next up, we got the New Orleans Saints and the Chicago Bears. So the Saints have been struggling this season. It's been a tough one for them so far. Defensively, they're a pretty solid team. They have a lot of veteran presence to make up things get messy, at least defensively. The Bears are just trying to build consistency. I got a big win over the Washington Commanders last week. And a balanced game for the Chicago Bears. Defense can clock control. May decide this one, rather it's for the Bears or for the Saints. Both defenses are pretty solid. So it should be a good game. Just a minute. Sorry. I like the Bears, though. Give me a Bears 27-20 victory in this one over the New Orleans Saints to get a win. Now, the next one, you got Miami taking on the Cleveland Browns. Interesting quarterback matchup. You got Tua taking on Dylan Gabriel in this one. I like Cleveland to get a win. I do. I think Cleveland picks up a win here in this one. Let's go 24-21. Last-minute field goal gets a win for the Cleveland Browns in this one over the Miami Dolphins. The next one, you got a little AFC West rivalry between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs looked fabulous the other night against the Detroit Lions. They really did. Patrick Mahomes threw 4 or 5 touchdowns in that one as well. Raiders can be flashy when they want to be, but I don't expect their defense to be able to hold up against the Kansas City Chiefs. I like the Kansas City Chiefs like 35-21 in this one in favor of the Kansas City Chiefs. To get a win here. Now, the next one, you got the Philadelphia Eagles and taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Eagles have done fairly well in close games. Vikings have a lot of question marks. I don't think the O-line play or quarterback play has anything to do with it, but they can avoid some turnovers, some costly turnovers. They should be in good shape. Minnesota's defense isn't that bad, though. They've been playing pretty solid, though. Give me the Eagles to win. Let's go 27-17. 27-17 Eagles in this one. Carolina Panthers at the Jets. Carolina has a very good chance of if Tampa Bay all starts to slip at any point at all, or they start to lose guys due to injuries, Carolina has a very solid chance of winning the NFC South this year. Just going to put that out there. Jets, they're in a free-for-all, man. No wins so far. They can't seem to close out games. Defensively, they're not very good. Offensively, they're not great. Panthers should dominate this one. They really should. They can eliminate the big plays from Justin Fields and from Garrett Wilson. Don't expect anything out of the Jets here. So give me a 28-10 win over the New York Jets for the Carolina Panthers. Next up, you get Mike Vrabel returning to the team that he was fired from a couple of years ago, Tennessee Titans. Now the Titans went ahead and fired Brian Callahan after multiple seasons of not so great play. So it could shake things up. You could see we've seen this a lot over the last couple of years. You get a head coaching change in the middle of a season, or start of the season with week 7. We got about 10 weeks left or so. You could see a little bit of a momentum thing for Tennessee. Now, they haven't been playing that awful, but I think the Patriots are more consistent, and they have a better chance of walking away with this one. Give me the Patriots 27-17 in this one as well. New York Giants at Denver. New York Giants taking on the Denver Broncos. Now, I'll tell you what, those New York Giants, man, they're something else. They're something else. They can keep playing the way they're playing. They'll be tough. They got pretty good defense. So do the Broncos. Broncos have probably one of the top defenses in the league this year. Giants are gonna have to be creative and avoid some mismatches, but I think the Giants could get it done. I like the Giants. I like the Giants to pull off what we would call an upset in this one. But it's going to be close. I'm thinking like 23-24. Let's go 24-21. 24-20. I like 24-20 in favor of the New York Giants. You got the Los Angeles Chargers taking on the Indianapolis Colts. Yeah, I'll tell you what, the Indianapolis Colts have been just such a balanced team so far this year. One loss on the year so far. Daniel Jones looks like a whole new quarterback. Jonathan Taylor looks like a whole new running back compared to what he has been over the last year or two. I think if the Colts can control the tempo of the game, they can control the clock, keep the ball, limit the turnovers. Give me the Colts with the 24-20 win over the Chargers to keep their season going. They're probably one of the more surprised teams so far this year, to be honest. Up next, you got the Green Bay Packers taking on the Arizona Cardinals. This one could be interesting. I think this one could be a little closer than what we think. I really do. I think the Packers, Packers do have a little bit of, their fan base does travel well, so we'll give that to them. The Cardinals have some playmakers. Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison Jr. seem to be connecting better than they have been over the past couple of years, but they're just too inconsistent in my eyes to keep it going. Plus, you always have those injuries and stuff that pop up too. So give me the Packers with a 28-20 win over the Arizona Cardinals in this one to move on, to continue their run at an NFC North division championship. You get the Washington Commanders at the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas has looked good one week, looked not so great the next week. They lost last week to the Carolina Panthers in a game I feel like they could have won, should have won, would have won. Commanders defense, though, is pretty solid. They put up a pretty good fight against the Chicago Bears in a game that I thought they could have won that one as well. If Washington gets a turnover margin, they can get some pressure on Dak Prescott. They can get him to throw some interceptions. They got a shot in this one. Washington's hasn't been playing as great this year as they were last year, so I don't necessarily think this is going to be a blowout by any means whatsoever. So give me the Commanders with the 30-21 win over the Dallas Cowboys. Now I got some late games here. You got Sunday night. You got the Atlanta Falcons taking on the San Francisco 49ers. Atlanta with a big, probably the biggest win of their season so far with a 24-14 win over the Buffalo Bills. Very surprising when I saw that score at the end of the night. Big NFC battle. Two former NFC West teams going at it here as well. I said former, by the way, former. Falcons have like what number 2 or number 3 offense in the league, number 1 defense in the league, or something like that. So it could be interesting. I could see the Atlanta Falcons picking up a win here, but I don't know. I think the Niners are going to be more. Niners are more of a complete team, I think, right now, and they're more consistent than the Falcons. But the Falcons, again, just like some of these other teams, they can control the clock, they can control the turnovers. They get that, the turnover margin is in their favor. I think they could win. So I think I'm going to go with the Atlanta Falcons to get a win. I think it's close. I think we're looking at like a 2017 type of game in this one for in favor of the Atlanta Falcons. So 20-17, Atlanta in this one. Let's see here. Let's go. Tampa Bay taking on the Detroit Lions. Bucs have had flashes hit big plays. The Lions defense didn't look so great against the Kansas City Chiefs, but who knows what's going to happen here. The pass rush hasn't been as formidable as it has been in the past. But they are home, so who knows? I like the Lions, though. Give me the Lions to get a rebound win. Let's go 24-21 over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in this game here. And next up, you got the Houston Texans and the Seattle Seahawks taking on each other in this matchup here to, I guess, wrap up. We got probably some bye weeks here and make sure we have all the games checked so I don't miss any. Or I didn't miss any. It doesn't look like I missed any. Just going to double check that there. So you got the Houston Texans taking on the Seattle Seahawks. Texans coming off a bye. Seattle is at home. I believe they're at home. Yeah, Seattle's at home. Seattle's a tough place to play. I think Seattle gets this one. I don't think Houston's as good as we think. I mean, they haven't won one game so far this year. I think 1 or 2 games maybe. So far this year. Oh, they're 2-3, so they're playing better. Give me Seattle, though. Give me Seattle 27-20 over Houston in this one. In this one to get a win. So Seattle 27-20 over Houston as well. So I'm going to wrap it up here today. It's a little shorter one than normal. Appreciate you watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, hit the bell so you know every time we have an episode or anything drop, from MLB to NFL to college football to the NHL. We got it covered for you here at Variety Sports Network. Be on the lookout for a new episode of the 7th Inning Stretch tonight, and some new episodes coming up this weekend of the 5-Hole and possibly Saturday Showdown and Talking to Gridiron. So we'll see you next time. Week 8 is right around the corner, and we will see you then.